What is up, everybody? We are back, episode 34 of the P&A Cast podcast. This is the bonus episode, the MMA exclusive one for UFC 235. Don and I made our picks for the fight card. Don made them based off of his own arrogance. I made him off of, the extensive education that I educate myself with all my research and such. By that, I mean I just watch a few videos and make my picks off that way. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We picked 5 of the main fights, and we did shot bets on them. So the winner or the loser of those has to take a shot. Last time we did this, I lost the fucking fight card, or I lost out on the UFC ESPN fight card 4-1, which fucking sucked because I had to take 4 shots at Jameson. Which isn't a bad thing, but it is when you don't want to take 4 shots. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck. But not this time. I think I got good picks this time. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Why?
Don,
that's rude.
I'm sick of giving you breakdowns.
Why?
And you're stealing my picks.
That's exactly what this is for.
No, it's not.
It's an outlet to tell the audience more about MMA in a friendly style by describing it to me.
If you do that again, I'm never podcasting ever again.
What? That's pretty severe.
We are back, everybody.
Welcome back.
I apologize for that noise in the beginning if you heard it.
Oh, was that were you recording? When
Yeah,
you
it was.
that?
Don keeps rubbing his nasty ass.
It's not nasty.
Beard
It's
on the
finely
microphone.
groomed.
Is it finely groomed?
Yeah, I do a nice fade from the sideburn down to the yes, me sideburn down to the chin. Start with
fade.
a 2. Yes, start with a 2 on the sideburn, then a 3
Looks
in the
exactly
middle,
the
then a
same.
4. Well, now because I've kind of grown in a little bit, I gotta trim the neck as well. It's a whole thing, bro.
Yeah.
I know you wouldn't understand because you've never grown a piece of facial hair in your life. Welcome to the MMA podcast. This is a
Your
bonus
chin
episode
looks like a hairy
for
ass.
UFC
A hairy
235.
ass.
Is it? It's 235, right?
A hairy
Lots
ass.
of fights coming on. Big fights. I'm talking the John Jones, Anthony Smith fight. I'm real excited about this one, Nick. I can't wait to see John Jones get his shit licked, but I heard he popped again. Did he pop again? Did I say shit licked?
Yes, you did.
You know what I mean. He's going to get beat up.
You think John Jones is going to get beat up? And
Well,
did he
that's
pop
my
again?
Fantasy, yes.
Yes, he popped, but it wasn't for anything new. It's the same shit. It's the same shit they keep allowing him to use and abuse. And
Yeah,
they don't
and
care.
in the same announcement, they said that, well, I have it right here in my notes. Look how prepared I am. No scientific or medical evidence that the athlete would have an unfair advantage leading up to or for his contest scheduled on March 2nd, 2019.
Yeah, it's the same shit they said when he fought Gus.
So he popped, but no advantage.
He keeps continuing to pop picogram levels of the same substance that he originally consumed years ago, allegedly. Mm-hmm. But all the scientists that are doing these studies work directly with USADA and or the UFC. So it's all bullshit.
It's corrupted, bro.
Yes.
Corrupted.
That's how I feel about it. But we can't change it. Anthony Smith don't care, so why the fuck should we care? That's how I feel.
Because I don't want to watch John Jones win again?
You just said he's gonna get his shit licked and lose. Where's your faith?
Yeah, I told you it was my fantasy, not what I thought was going to happen.
Why is that a fantasy?
What do you mean, why? I hate John Jones. We were talking about the definition of hate earlier. I hate John Jones. That dude's...
You really hate him?
I
You don't
suppose.
hate him.
I despise what I know about him. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I've seen 0 redeeming qualities that seem to be genuine.
I wouldn't say that.
How much am I supposed to infer on someone? I can never know everybody wholeheartedly, down to the bone, to be able to accurately judge them.
I'm just saying hate's a strong word.
And
for
I
somebody
hate him.
You've never met.
Fucking my hate's on steroids, motherfucker. Fuck that guy.
It's on picogram level.
There you go. It micro doses.
So anyways, this is probably it's for sure the biggest fight card so far this year.
Seems like it's...
It might be like top 2, top 3 biggest fight cards of the year. I have to say that for you. Because obviously they have the fight card in July, which is like the huge fight week, National Fight Week or whatever. They always make that card as big as possible. And then they have the end of the year one, which is always trying to be as big as possible too. And they have the one in November, which is MSG. So it's going to be one of the big ones. This is one of the very first big ones of the year. Just to put this in perspective. On the early prelims.
We have numbers?
That's on UFC Fight Pass.
Names. We got names.
Wait.
We have nothing. Nick apparently has nothing.
A fight got canceled, so they moved the fight. I'm going to say the main event of the early prelims was Mickey Gall versus Diego Sanchez.
That was the main event?
Of the UFC Fight Pass, yeah. But now it's on the regular card. because I think Frankie Saenz and his opponent, they got canceled somehow. I wasn't paying attention to that at all. So, anyways, in the very first fight,
Yeah.
in the preliminary card,
Yeah.
the prelims, is Diego versus Mickey Gall. And then you can go up to Cody Stanman, which...
Stanman?
Stanman.
Oh, Stamen.
Maybe. I call him Stanman. He's from Grand Rapids. He is somebody that fought Aljo not too long ago. It was his last fight he lost. I picked him to beat Aljo. But Aljo proved me wrong. He fucking knee-barred him. And Aljo proved me wrong again against fucking Jimmy Rivera. Aljo is being a little beast right now.
He is.
He's being a little thorn in my ass.
I'm going to continue voting for him.
So Cody, he's fighting Alejandro Perez, who's 21-6. He's a veteran.
Okay. Also,
Misha Serkinov is fighting Johnny Walker. Johnny accepted this fight.
Fighting so quick.
At very short notice. He looked pretty fly at the press conference. That was pretty cool.
I see it.
And then the main event of the prelims is Jeremy Heathen Stevens
Little Heathen
versus Abit Magomed Sharipov.
Zabit.
Yeah, so that's just the prelims.
That's fucking wild. That's a ESPN card eventually.
Yeah, that could have been like a ESPN. That would have been a good ESPN card.
That's a decent one, yeah.
And then the very first fight on the UFC pay-per-view is Cody Garbrandt versus Pedro Munoz.
It's the first fight.
Munoz.
Munoz.
So that's the first fight. Considering Cody last time has been the co-main event
Or
of the New
event,
York
yeah.
cards, his last two fights,
Mm-hmm.
and he's now the very first card on the pay-per-view. Just shows you how stacked this card is.
Or how far Cody slipped.
He's lost twice to TJ. That's it.
not a
He's
big
11-2.
deal.
He's all right. Also, Tisha Torres is fighting. I don't even know how to say her name. Wali Zhang. I'm not gonna act like I know her because I didn't do any research on her at all.
I always love when you point out that honesty.
Just to be honest, I don't want to act like this. This fucking ESPN MMA analyst or some shit. Like,
Someone's getting called out here.
I'm not gonna say
The
anything.
cameras aren't on, bro.
Anyways, so Tisha's fighting Zhang, which that fight could have easily been before Cody.
Yeah,
in my
probably.
opinion, but that's okay. And then Robbie's fighting Ben Askren, and then
Ben Askren's on the card.
Yes, and then
Holy
Tyron's fighting Kamaru, and then John Jones versus Anthony
Just like a
Smith.
6-man.
No, I'm not. I could say Marty from Nebraska.
There you go.
So it's a very fucking stacked card to say the least, and there's a lot of backgrounds. Like there's a lot of drama within this.
It really is.
Because Ben Askren's fighting Robbie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Kamaru is fighting Tyron. Tyron knocked out Robbie.
This is true.
So now Ben's fighting Robbie. Ben and Tyron are training together for this fight because the only way Kamaru is going to beat Woodley realistically is if he can wrestle him, right?
Sure.
Or if he can somehow knock him out. But typically they're going to say like his greatest chance is if he could take Tyron down. So the best person to train with Tyron for that is
Ben Askren, I guess.
Ben Askren. And Robbie, the only way he's going to beat Ben Askren is if he stuffs the takedown and he knocks Ben Askren out.
Right.
So if you're going to train with somebody who knocks people out, you're going to train with Tyron. So they've been training together, and Kamaru and Robbie trained together. So it's kind of like this weird fatal four-way shit going on.
Were we talking about a tag team performance on one of these recent podcasts?
Tyron and Ben Askren would fucking destroy.
That's a monstrous team. Why did we not say that one when we were talking about it?
That is a really good team. What teams did we say? Definitely said Kane and DC. I said Kane and DC. That team beats the team.
Is that what you said? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
My team might have been. It was Connor and GSP.
I think the team. You got to pick people that are actually like.
The same weight class.
No, like teammates.
Oh, that's not what we were talking. Never mind. Get past it.
All right, so this one we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna try to drag it out like we did the last one. It was like 50 minutes or so. So we're gonna quickly go through the picks, what we feel about the fights, and then have a regular podcast. This one's gonna be released on Friday, which is the 1st. Happy 1st to everybody.
It's crazy how short of a month February is. Always catches me off guard. I don't know
It's
if I'm
literally like 2
stupid or
days
what.
less than most of
It feels like a week, bro.
Ain't that big of a deal. So because there's so many fucking cards, so many fights, I only picked 5 fights because I ain't drinking more than 5 shots. I'm just not. If I go,
You didn't do that last time.
I went 4 for 1. Oh, I went 1 and 4, and I drank 4 shots.
Right, so you didn't drink more than 5.
I could potentially.
So why are you only specifically choosing 5 here? You're trying to do like 2.
Because
you're looking at your percentages, bro. You're trying to play the game here.
Sometimes I go defeated.
You're not going to lose out again. That's gambler's folly, but whatever.
It's possible. I'm not saying it's realistic. I also picked 5 because if we tie up, we have a 5th one for a deal, like a tiebreaker.
You could use any higher odd number.
Sure,
for
7.
That. Yeah.
And then what happens? I do 4 shots, you do 3 shots? Fuck that. That's too many shots.
That's a
And what if it's like I
How
win
is the
5?
jump so big?
What if-
5 is just 3 and 2. I guess that's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. You're wrong on this one, buddy.
I don't think so. I think,
5 fights.
I think you're just afraid to party, bro.
So the fights that I picked is Zabit and Jeremy Stevens,
Aight.
Cody and Pedro,
Aight.
Ben and Robbie, Tyron and Kamaru, and John Jones and Anthony Smith.
Okay, you could have just said from... Oh, you're skipping over.
I skipped over a couple. Yeah. I skipped over the Tisha Torres one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, also, though, but just to go through the rest of the card real quick, I wanted to talk about Diego and Mickey Gall because Mickey's been calling Diego out forever. And obviously, Diego is training at Jackson Wink, same place John Jones training. So, he's probably getting a little bit of training with John Jones. I want Diego to win just because I don't like how arrogant Mickey's been acting. Mickey's been hanging out with
I can never tell what kind
Schilling.
of confidence do you actually like in a fighter. I've seen you always like if is it just someone you like? If they're rooting for themselves, you're like, yeah, I love it.
I like when you're
someone
confident.
That you don't like.
I liked how Connor was before the fame got to him. That's what I like. I don't like Mickey Gall trying to fucking pick on a veteran Diego Sanchez who's been fighting for fucking 80 years. He was the winner of UFC 1. And Mickey's trying to call him out like you're going to fucking gain all kinds of stardom or you're really going to advance your career by fucking fighting Diego Sanchez. I don't like that. I like when you fucking call out somebody that's a ranked opponent or somebody that's way higher up than you with more experience and you are that confident in yourself that you're going to do it and you actually do it and you achieve it. And then you're humble afterwards. That's the kind of shit I like. Nate Diaz. Stockton, motherfucker. What's up?
Sounds like you're just disrespecting Diego Sanchez. Because you don't think
I like Diego. He's a legend.
He is one of those
But
guys?
I do not think that he is... You're not going to get a title shot from defeating Diego Sanchez.
Maybe he knows he's not in the running for a title shot right now, and he's just working on getting experience.
So why wouldn't he fight somebody?
So he's fighting one of the most experienced fighters that he can.
No. He's fighting somebody who he thinks that he can beat. He's picking.
Well, obviously you don't want to beat
I don't like how...
who would you rather him fight?
I don't like how he picks his
Who would
fights.
you call out if you were Mickey Gall?
Why does he have to call somebody out every single time?
Know. And that just seems to be the way...
How come when
maybe
he calls
someone's telling
somebody
him
out, how come it's typically somebody who has either way less experience than him, like a Sage Northcutt, or it's somebody old as fuck, like a Dan Hardy, who he tried to call out, who hasn't fought in 18 years because he has that I think it's called the wolf heart or whatever. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like an enlarged heart, and it's just dangerous for him to fight. Like they have to like medically clear him now.
God damn.
So he tried to call him out, try to get him out of retirement. Dan Hardy's like, no, I'm not going to fight you. If I come out of retirement, I'm going to fight somebody who has like 40 fights, somebody that's on my level as far as...
So that's what he's doing. He's trying to fight people that are on his level.
Mickey is not trying to fight anybody who's on his level. He's trying to fight people past their prime or somebody who has a fame, and he's trying to grow off of their fame, which I get that. I get that with the Sage.
Is that not where he is? Where is he to you?
Who?
You think he was above Sage Northcutt before that fight?
No. So the Sage one, I guess I'll give it to him.
Okay.
But calling out the Dan Hardy,
okay,
calling out the Diego Sanchez, I don't like. Call out somebody.
Where are they compared to him, level-wise?
Like
is Diego Sanchez like not that much better to be a competent step up?
No.
Is someone with a lot of experience?
No, he's not.
Who has he fought with a lot of experience?
He's not a competent step up as to grow Mickey Gall's career. No, I don't believe so. Not at all. I don't think him beating Diego Sanchez gets him any further in his career than he's at right now. 5-1 record, 6-1 record. If he fights Diego versus fighting any other person that's around the same rank as Diego, it's not going to make a difference. The only difference is Diego has a name behind him because of how long he's been fighting, but it's not going to advance Mickey into like a ranked opponent or anything like that.
So is that what you suggest? That
I suggest
fights like a ranked opponent.
If you're gonna talk shit and call people out, talk shit to people that are like, you're actually gonna get something out of it. That's how I feel.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't be calling people out, but I feel like it's smart to work your way up instead of trying to gun for the top if you know that you're not gonna have the experience to.
But look at Connor. He called everybody
Connor
out.
had the experience.
He fought everybody. He did not have the experience.
He had previous competition experience.
Yeah, he was a two-weight champ in that,
champ.
But he wasn't.
Champ.
He didn't have the experience to make you think that he was going to be able to beat Chad Mendez in the second round. He didn't have experience to make you think he was going to knock out Dustin Poirier in the first round. No,
but what about the fights before that? It's not like he was trying to jump.
He fought Max Holloway.
Little baby boy Max Holloway.
Don't matter. He still fought Max. He fought. Connor has never turned down a fight. I'll give him respect for that. Mm-hmm. And Connor, when he calls people out, it's 9 times out of 10, it's people that are way ranked above him.
Max Holloway wasn't.
He didn't call Max out. That was when he like first started getting me.
Okay, so the resolution we're getting to here is that Miguel should not be calling people out. He's not in a position to do that.
I just don't like how he called out Diego Sanchez, and I want Diego to beat his ass.
Okay, well,
That's all I want.
all right. So that's your pick then.
Yes.
Woo! That was only number one, boys. And this is not going to be 30 minutes.
Well, quickly going back over Misha Cirkunov and Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker he's taking this fight on a very short notice.
Is he just trying to like ride the hype train that suddenly appeared for him?
No.
Oh.
I wouldn't
He's
say
just
that.
excited
I
to
just think
fight.
he likes fighting.
Fair.
And I think that this is a really stiff competition for him. Like, Misha Cirkunov's going to be his biggest test. He's 14-4, and he's no fucking slouch. And if Johnny Walker can go through Misha like he's gone through his past two opponents, then you just got yourself a brand new light heavyweight contender.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and John Jones talked about him because I was listening to all the like, interviews and shit.
Sure.
And he said that he met Johnny Walker. He goes, I like him. He has a lot of energy. He's like, that's somebody that I would have a beer with. And he goes, I definitely think I'm going to fight him in the future at some point.
Someone I'd have a beer with.
Yeah, because he just seems like he's super happy. He's super energetic all the time.
Positive.
Yeah.
I like him.
It'll be I don't know. I think Misha is going to be, it's either that you're either going to starch your opponent like Israel did with Derek Brunson when you're going against the test, or it's going to be a wake-up call, Yair Rodriguez, Frankie Edgar style.
Damn. That was... This is not a comparable test to that.
It is. Well,
To Frankie?
No.
No,
You're
sir.
You're right. But Misha is a legit light heavyweight.
Okay, so it's definitely a step up in this case.
Yes, and he's taking the fight on short notice. So I'm curious to see how Johnny Walker is in this fight. I don't necessarily have a pick. I want him to win just because I want to see new blood in light heavyweight division.
I'm going to pick Misha.
Really?
Yep. I think this
Well, there's no shots on these guys. I'm not doing more shots than necessary.
So why are we even talking about it?
I said
I
one
thought you
quickly.
said. I thought you
I
did
wanted-
include it in the 5.
No.
What are your 5 again?
I was telling you.
You
no.
forgot, didn't
No,
you?
I didn't. 'Cause the next one's a part of the 5.
Okay.
Jeremy Stevens versus a beat.
No.
Who you got? Dalton.
You're supposed to give me an analysis.
No, I don't have to. Who you got?
Why?
Dalton.
That's rude.
I'm sick of giving you breakdowns. And
Why?
you're stealing my picks.
That's exactly what this is for.
No, it's not.
It's an outlet to tell the audience more about MMA in a friendly style by describing it to me.
I will.
That's what I do to gaming. You understand literally 0%
we
of
don't
it, but I have
make
to hash
shot
out everything to you.
bets on gaming.
I see. So it's the competition part that's getting you. Whatever. You're a
Yes.
fucking sore loser and
Yes.
a sore winner. You're a piece
Yes.
of garbage is what you are.
Thank you.
You know what's funny? I did a shit ton of research on this, and I know exactly who was going to win. I was off complete bluff. I don't know shit. I'm going to go with Jeremy Stevens, though, because I like him, and I think he's going to just reach up.
Wow. I thought for sure you were going to pick Zabit.
I'm never convinced. Oh, I don't know.
You know he's undefeated, right?
Yeah, but how many fights?
11-0, I think. Something like that.
In the UFC?
No.
How many in
he
UFC?
got 2 in the UFC.
Okay.
But he's this freak killer that everybody talks about. That's just an amazing guy in the gym. But this is Jeremy's first fight back since his loss to Otto of last year in July, I believe. And I listened to him on Ariel's podcast.
I think I heard this, actually.
About-
It's a contributing factor to why I voted for him.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna vote for him for it.
Aha!
It's about like the mental health stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was nice hearing it because he was being honest with himself and he was like holding himself accountable. How he was saying like how every time he's gotten close to a title shot, he like loses faith and confidence in himself, and then he loses the fight, and then he like feels like he has to change everything in his life to try to get back up on the high horse. And he said after the Otto fight, like he almost divorced his wife. He almost like left his family, and he almost changed like his house, changed everything. And instead, he went to this mental health place in Vegas or California, somewhere out there, and it's a program. And it actually started holding himself accountable and saying that he really didn't believe that he was the best. He really didn't believe that he could be the best. And he's like, with my past and with my upkeep and like my upbringing, like, why do I deserve to be champion? I'm just a guy from, I forget where he's from, but I'm just a kid that was going from foster parent to foster parent, living homeless, living in my car. I'm not anybody special, so why do I think I deserve the championship?
Right.
And he like just instilled this doubt in his head, which I can super relate to. I'm sure 90% of the people on the planet can relate to that.
Seriously.
Because there's only 99% really. There's only like maybe like there's a fraction of the world that has that championship mentality.
Your numbers are all over the place
Mamba
on this.
mentality. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm happy for him that he accepted that's not how he was thinking, and he was getting some kind of help with it.
Right.
And now he has that confidence inside of him. So I'm curious to see what kind of Jeremy Stevens we get.
For sure.
Because perspective's everything. Mindset's everything. You go into a fight, you go into anything with doubt, it ain't gonna work out.
Right.
So if you go into it with confidence, and it's real confidence, and it's confidence because you know that you're working your ass off in the gym and like you're earning it. Like I hear that's what a lot of fighters say. Like they gain their confidence throughout the camp because they know that they're putting the work in, and it makes all the sense in the world. It's like, for example, when you're taking a test, right before you take a test, if you don't study, you're nervous as fuck. But if you study, you ain't nervous at all. Like, I got this shit. So I'm happy for him. And
Right. It'll definitely be good.
kind of pissed or picking Jeremy.
Yeah, sucks for you, doesn't it?
I was going to pick Jeremy because he is underdog. He's a plus 205 underdog. So I thought that was a good bet.
He's beat some great people, bro.
Fuck yeah, he has. And he's lost the greats. He's
It's
lost.
true. Like Holloway, Edgar, Moicano, Aldo are his losses.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, this dude's up there.
Yeah. Jeremy's.
So this is a big test for Zabit.
Yes. It is a big test for Zabit, but at the same time, Jeremy is coming off a loss. So ideally, like if you don't know much about what Jeremy has gone through
Right.
this past
The momentum
year,
is in Zabit's favor.
right? And Zabit has all this hype behind him, and everyone's like afraid to fight him, and everybody thinks that he's just gonna be the next champion. I don't think Jeremy's buying into the hype.
Right.
So I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. I don't think Zabit has knockout power like Jeremy does. Like not even close. Like Jeremy just fucking he knocked out RDA in lightweight division back in the day. He has extreme, like devastating power in his hands. He's fucking ruthless with it. And Zabit has really, really good striking, fancy kicks, but he doesn't really have knockout power. But his ground game is on another level. So if he gets Jeremy down, I can definitely see him submitting Jeremy Stevens. But I am rooting for Jeremy to knock Zabit out, just because I'm happy of the mental health thing. And I like seeing when people like make acknowledgments of stuff that's wrong and they make changes and they grow. I want to see a happy ending to it. You know what I mean? I don't want to see him lose again and then
Slip back down or something.
no, I don't think he'll like go back down that dark hole because he's already like cognitively said that he's not going to do that. He's trying to like make changes in that. But it'd be a nice happy ending for him.
I agree.
So you're picking Jeremy, so I'm going to pick Zabit.
Yep.
Even though I have to.
Once you take that shot, we can cheers to him. It'll be good.
I will cheers to him. But if I'm picking Zabit, I'm going to say second round submission. Probably like an armbar. Which, fun fact, Zabit's only lost by armbar.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Back in the day. Next fight is Cody Garbrandt versus Pedro.
I don't know anything about Pedro.
I've watched him fight a couple times, and I know that I haven't watched him a lot, but I did look him up a little bit. He's never been finished. And he's only lost to a Sun Sal and Jimmy Rivera and one other person. I forget who the other person was. I think I wrote it down, but he's amazing. He's a really good jiu-jitsu guy, and he's a great striker, and he's good everywhere. And he only loses by split decisions or a unanimous decision against Rafael Sun Sal, and he took that fight on a short notice. So he's elite.
Damn.
He's an elite fighter. He's good everywhere, kind of like a Jimmy Rivera. He's a super nice guy. And I think it's going to be a tough test for Cody. It's a tough fight to go back from after getting knocked out twice from TJ. And I say that because not that Cody is not good enough to beat Pedro,
Right.
but Pedro's just not that many people know about him. Like you said, you haven't never watched a fight. I've only watched a fight a couple times.
Right.
And I had to do research to even like act like I know anything about him. And he's only ranked 9. So it's a high-risk fight for Cody. Damn. Because if he loses this fight, then he just lost the champ. Then he just lost the 9th-ranked guy. Whoosh, like, your career is about to go down, you know? And it's going to be a motherfucker to grow back up. And if you're fighting somebody that's that low in the top 10, somebody like Pedro is like a stiff competition. Like, I'm sure there's somebody
You have
else.
everything to lose.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's like some... Like, let me look up the rankings real quick. I'm fucking curious now.
I recently read something that Cody Garbrandt had said. After his first loss, he thought, damn, I'm going to have a... I forget the people he used. Damn it. How am I supposed to quote someone if I don't remember all the names that he used?
Like, he could have fought Rob Font, who's number 10. He could have fought John Lineker, who's number 7. Who John Lineker is just a heavy hand striker.
Right.
But Cody specializes in striking. So it would have been an easier fight, stand-up-wise, I feel. And plus, Cody is a good wrestler, so if he wanted to, he could have taken him down.
True.
But we'll see. I do think I'm picking Cody for this fight.
You are?
I get to pick first. Yeah, I'm picking Cody. I love no love. I love his...
I know.
I love his mentality. I love how he gets so emotional in the fights, but then he could just calculate it against like Cruz. Like, that blew my mind. I thought Cruz was in his head. I thought Cruz was going to make him just kind of be how he performed against TJ.
Sure. But what since then?
I think TJ is the only person that's in
Just
Cody's
kryptonite.
head. I think TJ knocked him out. He's the only person that's ever beat Cody. That was instilled in Cody's head, and Cody had. He wanted to get it back so bad that he felt like he had to knock him out, and he wasn't being himself. He started winging shots, trying to get into a brawl with TJ, and his chin ain't up to a brawl. Like his chin can't handle a brawl with somebody who's on the caliber of a TJ.
And that's not really what he's going to get from Pedro here.
No, Pedro's gonna try to be a mixed martial artist. He's not gonna try to knock him out. He's gonna try to strike with him. He's gonna try to take him down. Probably try to submit him. But I think his wrestling background is good enough to keep him standing, and I think Cody's way faster. I think his strike is better. So I do think Cody's gonna win. I'm gonna pick him second round knockout. Actually, I'm going first round knockout.
Second round last time, bro.
First round knockout. Cody, he does get a lot of first round knockouts, dude. Cody's a
Yeah,
dude.
didn't he? Yeah, he had a shit ton.
He fucking knocked out Thomas Almeida in the first round. He knocked out Yamasaki.
Mario?
Yeah, I forget. I think it's somebody of that ethnicity.
What the fuck?
So I don't know if that's like bad
That's
or
fine.
not.
It
We'll
is
see.
bad, but whatever.
I'm picking Cody.
I'm fine with going with the Brazilians.
Pedro?
Yep.
It's because you have a crush on Brazilians.
I do prefer
Specifically
brown
men?
women. What? No.
No.
I like jiu-jitsu in certain matchups, especially with strikers. And I like Brazilian women. What can I say?
Gotcha. Cody by knockout first round. Next fight: Ben Askren versus Robbie Lawler.
Fuck, man. This is an exciting one.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how Ben Askren does. What do you mean, is it?
The only reason why it's exciting is because it's his first fight.
Exactly, yeah. Not because of the merits of the actual fight or what? Or how it'll go?
If it goes Ben's way,
Do you think wrestling is boring, bro?
I don't. But everybody else is gonna.
I don't think so.
so.
Did people think the Khabib fight was boring?
Against Conor?
What?
Against Conor?
Yeah.
No, of course not, because he's fighting Conor.
But I'm saying objectively, the fight.
I will say this: since Khabib has gotten such stardom, I think wrestling is more appreciated now.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I do think that this is a good time for Ben to come in the UFC.
Yeah.
But the only way Ben wins this fight is if he takes Robbie down and he keeps him down. And I hope that he can finish him. Because if he can't finish him, then it's pretty much just going to be him trying to out-grapple Robbie and outlast him on the ground. I like Ben. But Robbie's probably like his hardest matchup in that whole division.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Robbie has amazing takedown defense and
Doesn't
unbelievable.
Tyron have better?
He won't fight Tyron. They won't fight. I didn't include Tyron in that when I said that.
okay.
Like Darren Till, striker. Just pure striker, zero ground game.
Sure.
Ben takes him down, he submits him, no
Game's
problem.
over.
Kamaru Usman, Ben takes him down. Kamaru Usman is not a ridiculous striker, not a high level striker. He has power, but he's not a high level striker like Robbie Lawler.
He's not going to out-wrestle him.
Yeah, so Ben's just gonna win that fight. Fucking what's his name? The Trump guy, MAGA. You know what I'm talking about? Colby. He's gonna get murked by Ben because he's gonna get out wrestled and out hustled. Robbie has amazing takedown defense. He has the heart of a lion. He has a championship mentality, and he could strike like no other. And he's hard to finish. The only person that's finished him is Woodley, and recently knocked his ass out. That being said, this is his first fight in like 2017, I believe.
And how many wrestlers has he fought?
He lost his last fight to RDA. His RDA kept taking him down and mauling him. He blew out his ACL.
Jesus.
So I think it's going to be a similar kind of style. It's a tough matchup for both of them. Because if Robbie can't stop the takedown, which more than likely he can't, because if you look at the fucking accolades of Ben, like his wrestling career,
that's what I'm so excited about. I want to see this.
it's ridiculous. He even has championships in disc golf. That's how competitive he is. He took up disc golf in college to like wind down from wrestling whenever wrestling was done, and he fucking just fell in love with it and the competitive aspect of him.
Became a champion?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He's unreal. Ben Askren's on a whole nother level, dude. And
he looks so unimpressive.
I know he does, doesn't he? But so does Khabib. I mean, Khabib, he looks like he's in shape when he...
They definitely don't look like they can hold down the people that they have. But
Right, but they do.
At least they're
It's
still-
technique and strength.
Yeah,
you don't
they're
gotta
still in
look strong to be strong.
Right.
That's that functional strength shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's that shit that
That
you don't
Dan
get
Henderson.
from doing that stupid ass...
Can you imagine Khabib
bench
with old
press.
muscle?
Fuck no. I
Old
don't
man
want
Khabib's
to.
going to be like old Logan.
And so, this is your pick. Let me see the odds on this real quick. I know I have them. Ben's a minus 280. Robbie's a plus 240. So Robbie's a 2-1 underdog.
I used to love Robbie Lawler.
I mean, you used to. You still should.
Well, he's not as good. That fight with Rory McDonald is literally my favorite fight of all time.
It's one of the greatest fights of all time. Top 5, easily.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sad to say I'm very excited to watch Ben win.
By WrestleFuck.
By WrestleFuck.
You think he's going to finish him or just decision him?
How many submissions does he have?
Probably a decent amount. I can look it up real quick.
I'm going to go with third round rear
has-
naked choke.
He has 6 knockouts, 5 submissions, and 7 decisions.
Decision's probably likely, but I'm going to look for a little bit.
His last 2 fights were TKO punches, then a submission, then a decision, then a TKO, then a submission, then a TKO, TKO, decision.
Are you going from like recent to further away?
Yeah, but all the decisions were in BFC, or Bellator.
What?
That was Bellator Fighting Championship, and it was against like Jay Heron, Douglas Lima,
Okay.
and the Koreshkov, stuff like that. So like against the stiff competition, he was getting decisions.
Right.
So he's probably gonna get decisions in the UFC as well. But who knows? I mean, he's been training with Tyron this whole camp, so
Exactly,
you know
yeah.
he's in fucking championship shape. And he has that championship mentality, and there's a lot riding on this first fight for him.
No, for
Because
sure.
he's talked so much shit.
So, like,
So much.
literally nonstop since he's gotten in here.
But like, fun fact, I heard that he's like really chill before fights. Like when Woodley and him they had like a lunch on, like a little lunch media
lunch
thing,
on.
and Woodley was saying like, I have my process, I have a system, I have to break down everything, and everything has to go perfectly for me to perform in the octagon. Like he's like super suspicious. What's that called?
Specific?
No. Where you're like you have to put your right skate on.
Superstitious?
Superstitious. There we go.
You're
Don
not-
coming in
you are
with the
not getting the
vocabulary.
words today, bro.
He's saying he's very superstitious, but I don't give a fuck. Like he's just chill. He's just joking around before the fight. He goes, okay, it's time to perform, because he's been performing his whole fucking life, dude.
Right.
So
Those disc golf championships draw them hundreds of thousands.
makes his nerves completely
Iron.
steel. So you're going with Ben?
I'm going with Ben.
Okay, then if I'm picking Robbie, the only way I see Robbie winning this fight is if he knocks him out in the first round. So
It has to be the first
Robbie
round.
by first round knockout.
can't, like, clip
Or
him at the start of any of
third
the other rounds.
Or third round. You know how at the end of the fights, the last round, Robbie just gets this brand new gear and he
Yep.
just turns
Third
up.
round Robbie.
I'm going with third round Robbie.
All right.
I want to see that. I think he's going to turn up either way, even if he's getting his ass beat the
I'd
first
like
2
to
rounds.
fucking see it.
Okay, so co-main event. Woodley versus Kamaru Marty Usman. This is my pick, motherfucker.
Okay. You think it's going to be boring?
No.
At all?
No.
You don't think so?
I think the first round is going to be a little hesitant.
Can you spell hesitant for me?
H-E-S-E-S-I-T.
Nah, Jesus, bro. Come on. Just go on with what you're saying.
I gotta type it.
It's an I.
H-E-S-I-S.
It's an I.
H-E-S-I-T-A-N-T.
Uh.
I didn't have to look. I just had to type it.
Uh-huh.
I had to look and fucked me up. So here's the thing. Kamaru is like a younger version of Woodley that's a little bit bigger.
Sure.
Got really, really good wrestling, knockout power, and he seems like he is learning mixed martial arts really well, where he can use his best aspects against everybody's weaknesses.
It's a fair assessment.
Difference is he's fighting Woodley this time. Woodley has 96% takedown defense,
absurd.
highest in the UFC history. Kamaru is a Division II champion in wrestling. Woodley's a Division I.
So he's literally just better than him at everything?
Woodley? Yes, he's older as well. So there's the thing.
And he's defended so many times.
And he's defended against the who's who. And here's the thing about Woodley. Like, he is so busy. He does those albums.
He still does that?
Dude, he's releasing an album after this fight.
Are you serious?
He's walking out
to his own music?
to his own shit.
What?
He's leaking out one of his own songs when he fucking fights Marty.
That's an incredible marketing tactic.
I know. I appreciate it. I like it. But I'm saying when you have your hands in too many pots, that's generally a bad sign.
I think that's what's happening to Connor. That
That-
damn
that-
whiskey
it's
tour.
That's not what's happening. That's what happened
Fair.
to Connor.
You get what I mean.
But Tyron, I think, is a professional with the shit. Dude, I will walk away. Don't fucking rub your mustache or your stupid ass beard on the fucking microphone. Tyron, literally, he's been busy nonstop. He's been on TMZ. He has his own acting shit. He's been making music and he's been fighting. I think he knows how to prioritize. And
Seems like it.
And I think
a hard
he's
worker.
professional about it. He's a hustler. So I'm not worried about the hands in the cookie jars, too many cookie jars. I'm just worried that Kamaru is a really hard test for anybody just because he's such a good wrestler and he has knockout power and he's an amazing striker.
Right.
And he's big. He's a big boy for that division. He's not as big as Till, but he's big. If Woodley beats... I'm picking Woodley. I'm saying that right now.
Okay.
If he beats Usman, who does he have left in that division?
Does he have to move somewhere?
He said at the end of the year he wants to fight the 185-pound champ.
He's going up?
He said he would like to.
He's too short.
Nah,
They'll pick him up.
They say he's too short for the 170-pound division. You see how big Darren Till was?
They'll get
next to him?
tossed out of the ring. That's what I'm saying.
Nah.
They're only going to get bigger.
Yeah, and Woodley will be a lot
They're literally
healthier.
going to pick him up, toss him out of the octagon. I'm sure there's some kind of out-of-the-ring rule where you're disqualified.
You're fucking clowning, dude. Woodley, I think he would do good at 185.
Seriously?
Who's fighting for the championship right now? Israel and Calvin?
Israel and Calvin, yeah.
Who lost to Woodley? Calvin did.
Did he?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
When he fought 170 pounds and he actually weighed like 178 or something ridiculous like that because he missed weight. And Woodley didn't even take his purse money from him. He gave it back to him.
I remember.
Yeah. So Woodley could easily contend at 185, dude.
Interesting.
Easily. He's a big boy. He ain't tall, but he's fucking stocky like a motherfucker. And if he don't got his soup suck down and he could just eat healthily throughout the whole
He's going to
camp
eat nonstop.
and perform and be at that.
I doubt he even cares if he wins. He's just going to be happy to be eating.
No, I think he'll do work. But that being said, for this fight, it's a really good fight. I don't think it's going to be boring.
Okay.
I think how Kamaru has been talking all this shit, like how he's just going to pressure Woodley and like how he does every other fight. I don't think he's going to do that against Woodley.
Is that a mistake?
I think, fuck yeah, it is. You fucking pressure Woodley and you get what happened with Darren
So
Till.
why would he pompously throw it out there then?
Because he thinks he's going to get hit like Darren Till did. He
No
thinks
one
that
ever thinks they
he
are.
thinks he's going to take Woodley down. He thinks he's stronger. He thinks all these things, which you should. Yeah, you should have that confidence. And if you don't have that confidence, you're not going to win any type of fight in the UFC.
Any?
I mean, not a high caliber one, you know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be a good fight, but I think I got Woodley by decision. It'll be a 5-round war.
Jesus.
By war, I mean Woodley takes 4 of the 5 rounds. So it's not really a war. But I would love to see Woodley finish tomorrow, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Does Usman just not get finished a lot?
He's undefeated.
Fair. So no.
Jesus. You know Woodley has
Goddamn.
gotten knocked out once, right? By Nate Marquardt. Strike Force Championship fight.
And that's the only time.
That's
crazy.
He knocked him the fuck out. It was a brutal hit.
You got to do it sometime.
But I don't think
Everyone goes through it.
I don't think Mari's going to do that. I would love to see Tyron fucking... I'm not saying Tyron can't knock out Usman, because he probably could
You would
easily.
love to see it.
Fuck yeah. I want to see Woodley finish everybody. If Woodley beats Usman, he's contending with GSP for the greatest welterweight champion.
And GSP returns from his retirement
I don't think he fights Woodley.
to fight Tyron Woodley.
I don't think that's a good fight for GSP, dude.
What?
How is
Not
GSP
even down the line after he's had some retirement time.
And he's older?
Woodley's going to go 25. He's going to eat. He's going to try to come back down. He's going to destroy his body.
How does GSP beat Woodley?
When they're old men and he out-wrestles them because...
He's going to out-wrestle Woodley with 96% takedown defense.
No, not
Highest
even.
of- highest of
Especially
all
not
time?
if they're older. No.
Is he going to outstrike Woodley?
You never
Yes.
know, man.
He could outstrike Woodley. He could
I'm
do
talking
what,
about when they're older, though.
he could do what Rory McDonald did and just out-jab him and keep him at this distance. GSP could easily do that. But I don't think that's the same Woodley. I don't think Woodley would allow that to happen.
You have
anymore.
no idea what future Woodley's going to be like, though.
I'm basing it off of current Woodley.
Okay. It's reasonable, I suppose. Whatever, it's pointless. Another fantasy.
So how is Marty going to win, Dalton? You got to pick.
I think it will be boring. I think it'll be a split decision.
You think it's going to be a boring fight?
Lots of clinching.
So it's boring when Woodley does it, but it's not boring when Casper does it.
I never said it was boring when Woodley does it. I'm not one of those people.
All right. John Jones versus Anthony Smith. You get the pick.
Here's my assessment. John Jones?
Hate him.
Sounds steroids. And I hate him. Anthony Smith is neither of those things. That's a 2-0 victory right there. He's a 2-0 favorite in my eyes.
Actually, John Jones is the plus or minus.
I thought you were about to say... Oh, you were about to say 8. Oh, Jesus. That's
In some
crazy.
odds, he's like 11-1 favorite.
What?
Yeah.
Bet
is
the
kinda ridiculous.
house.
No, I mean,
Never bet the
don't
house,
bet the house.
so.
But if you have like an extra grand,
That's exactly what you
sit
said on
around-
the last one that I said, and I was completely wrong. That was Anderson Silva.
Yeah, you said bet the house. And don't
You,
bet the house.
you said exactly that, yeah.
Yeah, don't listen to Don. I feel like he's just trying to sabotage everybody with his picks.
I'm not. I'm just trying to ruin your financial life.
Pretty close, same shit. Anthony is a veteran of this game. He's been fighting forever. He has like over 70 fights if you're including his amateur
Who's he
record.
beat?
He's been on like a 4-fight win streak. He knocked out Rashad Evans and retired him. He knocked out Shogun Hua, not retired him. Shogun has actually performed pretty fucking well.
He's been my favorite fighter before. I never very much about MMA at all.
Really? Mm-hmm. Brazilians and men, it makes sense.
Well, there were no women in the UFC. Though, I'm pretty sure.
And then Ozdemir. He fought Ozdemir and submitted him in the 4th round.
Okay.
He looked tired at certain points in that fight. You can't
So
be
that's-
tired in
no.
a championship fight. So
not against John Jones.
I do like everything Anthony's saying though. I like Anthony Smith. He seems like he's a chill, realistic, just relaxed kind of guy.
Right.
He's like, he might be on steroids, but I don't care. Like if he is, if he isn't, if they're allowing me to fight him, I accept the fight regardless, and it's not going to stop me from finishing him. And he's like smooth with how he talks and shit. I don't know. It's just like his swagger. I like it. I respect it.
You get it.
And John Jones, I've been listening to him, and like they both have been doing like their own mental warfare, like not talking shit, but they're kind of like sizing each other up during the stare downs. The stare downs were fucking intense. Stare down with Woodley and Usman, I kind of felt like Woodley was looking a little nervous.
What?
Because he wasn't looking in Usman's eyes.
Didn't they take their sunglasses off together and everything?
Yeah, but Woodley wasn't really looking that well.
Wasn't looking
And you
well?
could tell like he kept blinking and shit. And Usman was just staring him down. But I rewatched the Darren Till Woodley stare down, and the same shit happened. So, stare down's out the window with Woodley, so I can't do it. With John Jones and Anthony Smith, they both just eyed each other down. And they both like just looked, and then John Jones winked at him, and Anthony started smiling. I was like, this is gonna be a fucking fight, dude.
Oh man.
This is gonna be a good fight. They both believe in themselves. What John Jones said in his recent interview with ESPN, he said that Anthony Smith, all his coaches are telling him that he's destined for greatness. Everybody's telling him that this is like the book story, like the happy ending, that you're a journeyman and you fucking decide to be, you one day just fucking finally become a champion. You become the champion over the greatest of all time and all that shit. And John Jones pretty much said, like, if you were destined to be great, you would have done it by now. You've already had 70 fights. And I was like, nah, I don't necessarily believe in that. Because I don't think it matters how much experience you have. I don't think you have to have an undefeated record or you have to get your greatness early to be considered great.
Right.
I think it's a mindset, kind of like a Jeremy Stevens thing. And I think Anthony Smith, like, yeah, he has, like John Jones led, like, he has 13 losses. Yes, he does have 13 losses, but a lot of those are in the beginning of his career. Like, a lot of them. Like, here, I'll go to his record real quick. I'm pretty sure his last, like, 20 fights, he's 18-2.
For real?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. He's 31-13. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He knocked out Rashad. He knocked out Shogun. And then he submitted Volkan in the 3rd round with like 30 seconds left. And then he lost to Thiago Santos. He got TKO'd. Then he beat Hector Lombard. Then two other people I don't even know. Then he lost to Cesar Ferreira, who I don't even know, by decision. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He was on an 8-fight winning streak after losing 3 in a row in the VFC, Victory Fighting Championship. So he had a resurgence, won 8 in a row in the UFC. Then he lost 1, and then he won 1. So that's 10 fights, 11, 12, 13. So at 13 fights, he is 11-2.
Okay.
And then he win. So in 15 fights, he is 13-2. Yeah. So if you're looking at 31-13 and you're just looking at the record, there's more than meets the eye. It's not like a lot of his losses are consistent. He's only lost twice in this past 15 fights.
That's crazy. Okay.
So it's definitely a lot closer odds than fucking 11-1.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
8.5-1.
I was very surprised to hear that.
I mean, that being said, John Jones is 23-0. That 1 don't count. How many of those he did on steroids? Don't know.
All of them?
Maybe all of them. But it doesn't matter because he's still on the shit. So it's not like he's not doing it anymore. You know what I mean? So it's tough, man. It's tough to pick against John. Even when it was DC and I picked a DC to beat John, In my
kinda
heart,
knew.
I was nervous as fuck for DC. You know? Now they do that fight at heavyweight, and John Jones has to fight a DC who is healthy and doesn't have to suck down. He's 30 pounds heavier than him with knockout power. I like DC in that fight.
I feel like DC and Jones at heavyweight is your favorite sentence of all time.
That is the
Is that your fantasy?
second fight, or the second most desirable fight for me. The most desirable fight for me will be Khabib El Kukui until it happens.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously.
The most exciting fight you can
Desirable
conceive.
for me is El Kukui versus Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Very interesting.
But that's not going to happen anytime soon,
No.
unfortunately. So you're picking Anthony Smith, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I get an extra shot.
Fuck you, man!
I want Anthony Smith to win, and I think if he does win, it's 100% going to be by a finish. He's not going to decision John Jones. He's just not. He does not have the cardio, and he does not have all the tools that are necessary to beat John Jones in a 5-round fight. He doesn't. He does have the heart, and he does have a really, really good mindset, and he does have knockout power, and he's vicious, and he doesn't look like he's scared of John. So it's interesting. He said that he was going to, like, the things that he felt like Gus and DC fucked up with John is that they allowed John to lure him in, kind of like how what those people that go do with snakes and shit, kind of like trans them. You know, what are they called? You know what I'm talking about? I'm doing like the little dance shit.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. You sound like a lunatic right now.
The snakes that come out of that bowl.
It's called a snake charmer, bro.
Snake charmer. Snake charmers. Yeah, John Jones is a snake charmer when it comes to fighting, and he really is.
Okay.
If you like, look at
lure you out.
look how he fought DC, and he kept leading high with the jabs and shit, and then all of a sudden he had the fucking head kick. He was leading him up to it. You know. Same thing with Gus. He was just trying to keep Gus at bay so he can keep him at range, a perfect amount of range, and grab him, take him down, and smash him. John Jones is a tactician in the octagon, 100%. Inside the octagon, he's one of the goats.
It's crazy.
Not a good guy.
Nope.
Don't mean he can't change. I don't think he's done anything that's unforgivable.
Irredeemable.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's done blow, right, Dalton?
No.
Hi, Dalton's mom.
I am completely sober all the time. I've never done anything.
He has never smoked, not even once before the podcast, right?
Before the podcast. I don't think that's necessary to bring up.
And so, how is Smith going to do it?
Third round, TKO. First round is going to be a little tentative on his side. Round might even go to John Jones, probably will. Second round will probably be mostly John Jones, but then the third round, Smith's really going to have learned the secrets and will clip him.
So you think he's going to snake charm the snake charmer?
Snake's just going to bite him. John Jones.
I see what you're saying.
Snake charm the snake charmer.
That's funny.
I'm now picturing one Indian dude whistling at another Indian dude whistling at a snake.
No, I picture like a Derek Lewis Instagram post of somebody trying to snake charm a snake, and the snake just bites the shit out of him.
That's what I'm talking about. Exactly.
Well, I hope you're right, because I would love nothing more than to see John Jones get dethroned. The only thing I would love more is watching DC do it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Literally, you will not waste an opportunity to bring that up.
Double champ Daniel Cormier.
Fuck off.
Go, baby. So,
Are we done?
that's our picks. Yeah, we're done, dude. Guess what time we're at? 46 minutes.
God damn it. Every time. And for a 30-minute one, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of arguing, a little petty shit.
A lot of shit to talk about.
Good stuff, right?
Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want more, be sure to go to our what's our website called? PNA Cast.
You're going to say Peanut Cast.
Peanut Cast?
We should change the domain to Peanut Cast.
We should definitely change
get a
it right
shirt
now.
with a peanut.
Shut up.
Say PNA
Shut
on
up.
it.
Shut your mouth. Shut your dumb mouth. PNAcast.com. We have all our
Make it
episodes
like-
there. We have some merch. We have our YouTube shit. This is only an MMA bonus episode. Keep in mind there is a normal episode on Monday. Make sure you subscribe to get those alerted to you. Notifications on your phone. Passive and Aggressive has a new episode.
And it's going to have like a little peanut thing on the phone.
It better.
Good job, Don. I like the outro. So I don't got to say shit. See you guys later.
See ya.